How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Are you excited about today?
I am. It would be wonderful to see this film and connect with my fellow runners and enjoy seeing the fruits of Kristen's labour after 2 years.
So how did you become a part of this, and were you apprehensive at first, or tell me more?
I've always wanted to do a multi-stage race, and it was a combination of wanting to do that kind of race and also wanting to train with Hannah, and specifically training with a group of women towards a specific goal. And this was a perfect opportunity to go explore the world, see, Finland above the Arctic Circle in the height of summer, and see what we could achieve. So yeah.
So how was Finland, and how was it being in the Arctic Circle? I mean, it's one of my dreams to do at some point.
Yeah, it's obviously very different from winter where it's very dark, but in the summer when we were there in August, a lot of the days were incredibly long. So you had maybe about 4 hours of dusky, maybe a little bit darker, but the rest of it was daylight, which was really lovely because when you're doing these races, there's a lot of pre-race prep before you start running each morning, and it was lovely to have daylight, to be able to sit around a fire, have our breakfast together, and then go off and run. And it's incredibly beautiful. The only downside is the mosquitoes and the gnats. There were a lot of them.
Would you say there was any challenging moments throughout the time of filming?
Yes, there were. Probably the first challenging moment was when one of our fellow runners got injured, and that was very heartbreaking when she was injured. And the second challenging moment was probably during the long march, which is the longest day, which is 50 miles. There are just points in there where you question why you're doing it, and some of the terrain was harder, so it made sort of everything come into clear focus, and you have to revisit, why am I doing this? What is my why for being here? And that's what helps you get through. But yes, that was probably the hardest part.
What was the number one lesson you learned from it? Even it could be a personal lesson as well.
Yeah, I think for me, it's knowing that with the right reframing, it is possible to keep going, unless you have like a fundamental injury. Reframing and looking at the situation from a fact-based perspective and sort of readdressing what you need to do to fix the problem helps you actually continue and overcome.
If you could sum this film up in 3 words, how would you say?
There's one other thing that was challenging: COVID. There was a hint where there was a point in the race where COVID was within the camp, and that was very difficult for some of the athletes.
Oh, wow. So did you all have to isolate whilst that was going on?
We'll see in the film.
And then if you could sum this film up in 3 words, how would you sum it up?
Inspiring, challenging, and fearless.
I love that. And then lastly, what can we expect from you in the future?
I will continue doing races. I have one in 2 days. I'm running the Lakeland 100-mile race. I have another 100-miler in October, and then I have a 250-mile race in May next year. So
oh wow, amazing.
Training and lots of racing.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and enjoy tonight.
Take care.